Hello, everybody. I just felt like doing a live talk about singing techniques and thought it might be of interest to some of you. Hopefully, it is. Hopefully, I'm not wasting my time here. And my goal is always to help other people. And if I can help other people improve their singing and get more joy out of singing, that's very important to me and makes me happy. Um, my allergies are still affecting me pretty bad, and I still have some pain, but it's not going to stop me from being able to do this talk today about singing techniques. Um, just a second here. I also am willing to answer questions if somebody has questions about singing. Um, you want to know more? I'm open to your questions and will be happy to try to address them as best I can. So, one of the reasons I wanted to talk about singing today is because a friend of mine said that he really thinks that I can help a lot of people to understand better how to sing expressively and just different aspects of singing he thought that I should uh, share with other people and help them to learn. So, I don't know how long this will go. It may not go very long, but to me, the most important thing about singing is to connect to the emotion of the song that you're singing, to connect with it from your heart and be able to express it in a manner that helps the listener uh, connect with you, connect with you as a listener. It's a communication. And to me, the music and the lyrics are very important in a song. But even if you're singing a cappella, you should be able to express the message of the song. And so much goes into expressing. It's not just how loud or soft you sing in different places of the song, it's how you pronounce words. And you can put a crying sound in some words if you're trying to express sadness. Um, these are things that I had to learn, but I kind of picked up on pretty quickly. I've heard people lead this hymn in church, and many men who have led this don't lead it with any connection to the song, in my opinion. They don't have any feeling to it, they don't understand what it's expressing, that there should be some yearning expressed in the hymn. The hymn is called Hear Me When I Call, and I doubt very many of you have ever even heard of this hymn. It's widely known in the churches of Christ, but it's not well known outside of the churches of Christ that I know of. But the lyrics are, Hear me when I call, O God, my righteousness. Unto thee I come in weakness and distress. Hold my trembling hand, lest helpless I should fall. O hear me, Lord, hear me. O hear me when I call. And that's just the first verse. But there's so much to express in that song. So when I sing that, I've heard people sing it and lead it like it's almost a march. And they go, "Hear me when I call, O God, my righteousness. Unto thee I come in weakness and they don't have any feeling to the song. Um, where when I sing it, I sing with a pleading sound, and I start soft and I build because it all affects the emotion of the song. Hear me when I call, O God, my righteousness. Unto thee I come in weakness and distress. And see how I cling to parts of the words too when I'm singing. That improves the expression and this feeling of yearning. I'm pleading with God to hear me when I call to him in prayer. Hold my trembling hand, lest helpless I should fall. Oh, hear me, Lord, hear me. Oh, hear me when I call. And you could hear how I got louder with "oh, hear," but I even had a crying sound in that last "hear," that word "hear," to increase the expression. I don't know if that makes any sense to you, but I wanted to give that as an example. There are many songs that I think about how I'm going to express that song, though. Every song I do that. Um, and if you're not thinking about that, I think you're robbing yourself of an opportunity to make your singing of that song special and unique to you because you've connected to it from your heart. My favorite quote from Beethoven is, "To miss a note in music is forgivable, but to perform without passion is unforgivable." And I strive to achieve passion in everything I do in music. No matter what it is I'm working on, even if it's a piano piece or whatever, I try to focus on expressing the piece of music to the best of my ability, making it a part of me. And performing with passion is much more important than being accurate with notes. I mean, you want to be accurate with notes, of course. You want to hit the right notes, but you really need to focus on, is this emotionally expressive? What am I trying to express? There's another hymn that may be known outside of Churches of Christ called Softly and Tenderly. Um, and this one I've heard led very similarly, and they sing it loud all the way through, and almost like a march. They sing softly and tenderly, Jesus is calling. Well, that doesn't seem softly or tenderly to me. So when I lead it, I go softly and tenderly, Jesus is calling. Calling for you and for me. And I have crescendos and decrescendos where I get louder and softer. but I'm expressing the song. And if you're starting out and you're singing the words softly and tenderly, and you're not sounding soft or tender, I think that's contradictory. Um, the same can be true of a song that's supposed to have some gusto to it, and if you lead it and it doesn't, that's harmful as well. Or if you sing a song that's supposed to have power and you have no power, and you have no energy when it requires energy, then you're robbing that song of what it was meant to have. Um, so, part of this, you have to know yourself as a singer as well, and know where your strengths are and where you're weak. And you need to focus on songs that you know you can express well, you connect with personally, and that will make it a special performance of that song because you connect to it from your heart. And I hear a lot of singers, especially in my open mic shows. Not everybody has the best voice in the world, but even those who don't have the best voice or any training whatsoever in singing, what they are able to do that is unique and cannot really be taught is they're able to connect to the song and express it and sell it to the audience in a way that is special. And that makes them, to me, a musician. Whether they have the formal techniques or not, they understand the importance of connecting to the song. And they can do that and connect to the listener. And that's not common. And that really can't be taught. You really just have to have that or you don't. Some have it to more degree than others. There's different levels of that, I'm sure. Um, and there are many singers that are better technically than I am. I have only had about three plus years of voice lessons learning operatic techniques. And I've had no training in other techniques outside of opera singing. But because I sing so many different styles of songs, I'm learning different techniques that were never taught to me in a formal opera singing voice lesson. And I think that my singing of other genres has improved over the last four, actually, last uh, 12 years because I've been singing karaoke covers since 2013. So I do believe I've improved, but I also don't believe I know it all. I know I don't know it all. And I still, if I had the money, I would take voice lessons even today because I know I need some more guidance from better trained, more experienced voice teachers. But what I'm trying to do is to pass on what I have learned because I do think that I have learned some things that can benefit other singers. Um, I only see that there are two people watching, and I don't even know if that's accurate, but I don't see anybody in the live chat participating yet, so I don't know if you have any questions. But if you have any questions about singing, or if you would like me to demonstrate something about singing, let me know. But the most important thing as far as protecting your vocal cords is to learn proper breathing technique and breath support for the voice. Without the correct support with air under your voice, you will hurt your vocal cords and you can develop nodules on your vocal cords that will totally mess up your voice, some of which could become permanent damage. I know of a singer who was very popular amongst the churches of Christ. And he started a group that is probably well known outside of churches of Christ called a cappella. And at first, he was the lead singer and he did all the arrangements of the songs they sang. But he was not singing with the correct support for his voice, and he developed nodules on his vocal cords. And although he's still able to sing, he can only sing for a song or two. Then he has to stop because he hurt his vocal cords. And if he goes more than a song or two, his voice will start cutting out on him. And when I heard him sing when I was only in 8th grade, I told him that he needed to support his voice better with air or he would lose his voice, and he didn't believe me. But he's no longer the lead singer for that reason. He still does all their arrangements, but he works behind the scenes for the most part. Um, Julie Andrews, actually, even though she had excellent training for the most part, she had developed nodules on her vocal cords from improperly singing. And that's why she had surgery on her vocal cords. And then the doctor that did the surgery made things much worse. And that's why she ended up suing the doctor over that surgery, and they settled out of court for an undisclosed amount. But these are things that people need to be aware of. Sometimes I will see someone singing who, when they want a vibrato in their voice, they shake their head up and down to make that vibrato. Like if I were to sing "Hear Me When I Call," and I did that with my moving my head, I hear me when I call. And that's not good at all. That's not a natural vibrato, and it wears your neck out, I would think. And it creates more and more tension in your neck, which you do not want as a singer. So I do hope that if you have this problem and you've been doing it naturally and you just never really noticed it until you start looking at yourself singing, um, that you would find a way to loosen the muscles of your neck and your jaw. And if you learn the techniques that I've taught before about how to support the voice with air by using your entire midsection, including the muscles between your ribs, but you want to breathe deeper into your midsection and try to hold your midsection wide as you sing, because that regulates the air more efficiently when you're singing, causes you to be able to sing longer phrases, and it will create a natural vibrato that is not forced. So I do hope that that helps as well. And if you have any questions, that you'd like about this in the future, you can always email me. My email address is under the About tab on my channel, and I'd be happy to answer any questions privately. Or if you have some some aspect of singing you would like for me to do a specific video on, you could make suggestions to me as to what you would like me to cover as far as singing techniques. Um, I do hope that this has been helpful to some of you, at least, and I'm not going to continue. I no longer see two people. I see only one person watching, and I doubt that I will get anybody else to participate in the live chat or anything. So I'll wrap this up now. Thank you if you did listen, and let me know your thoughts and comments after this is ended. Appreciate it. Y'all have a good night.